What's up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com. Welcome back to another one of our previews. We're taking a break from the Kentucky Derby Prep Preview Series to give you opening day at Santa Anita coverage this weekend. And we'll start with the Grade 1 Brea Stakes going 7 furlongs on Sunday. Yes, it's now Sunday, December 28th. This card usually runs usually runs the day after Christmas, which this week, of course, was this year, I should say, was Friday, December 26th. Because of the rain, they had to push it back for 2 days. So going to be a weird December 26th this year without Santa Anita, but we get it on Sunday, December 28th. 7 furlongs here for the 3-year-old fillies. I'll put it up on the screen for you now. It's a field of 11, so got to adjust a little bit, but still a good field, and I think it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. All right, the number one, Simply Joking, is where we'll kick it off here. Pretty nice horse, no question about it. A couple of wins down at Fairgrounds last, 2024, then into 2025 there. Ran in the Fantasy up at Oaklawn in March, got second there, was able to run in the Kentucky Oaks, where she didn't do much running, got 13th, changed trainers over to Michael McCarthy after that race in the Kentucky Oaks, ran in the Raven Run at Keeneland after a long layoff, came back in October, ran 9th, and then second, beaten 6.5 in the Bayakoa last time out at Del Mar, going a mile. I think cutting back to the 7 furlongs, I like that for her, even though she wasn't great in that race at Keeneland. I think she'll be better here. I think she's in with a little bit of a shot. I kind of prefer others, though. I'm not totally sold on the one. The number 2 is So There She Was, a horse coming off of a 4th place effort out at Aqueduct, going a mile 8th in the Mother Goose. Did win the Remington Park Oaks by 2 3/4 lengths 2 races back. Ran pretty well there. Has ran well at times, second in the Torrey Pines at Del Mar, 3 races back. Had a 7 furlong race in the Del Mar Debutante way back in September of 2024, got 3rd, beaten 9. It's another one. I just kind of prefer others a little bit more. I don't hate this horse. I don't know about this spot for this horse. Kind of going to take a little bit of a pass on her. The number 3 is 5G. This is a pretty good horse here. I like this one a little bit. Here's the problem, though. We haven't seen this horse since March of 2025. She's a really interesting horse. You go back and look. Broke the maiden on the turf way back in November 2024 at Belmont at the Big A, ran second in a stakes race after that. By the way, that turf race was a state bred race. This is a New York bred horse. So after those 3 races, a failed debut on the dirt, a couple races on the turf, it's like, I don't know. This is not a bad horse, obviously, but I don't know what this is really going to be. Went to Gulfstream Park, and then won an open stakes, obviously, by 9 lengths, an ungraded stakes. Then went to Oaklawn and ran second in the Honeybee, only beating a length, and then came back and won the Gulfstream Park Oaks as a heavy favorite. So 3 really, really good races after 3 just okay races, I would call them. She's really developed nicely, but what are we going to get now? We're on a long layoff, and so that's going to be the big question mark. Coming right into a Grade 1, or first ever Grade 1 off this kind of a layoff. I kind of looked into it. By the way, Irad Ortiz is going to ride. I think that's a very good sign that he's coming out here to ride. I know he's got other mounts, but this is a good one. Then you kind of look at, okay, George Weaver, the trainer, off of a 180-day layoff, he hits at 36%, and that's with 42 starters, right? So that's a decent sample size. So I was like, okay, that kind of makes you feel you feel a little bit confident, a little bit more confident, I should say. Now, there's some other stats of his that aren't great, but that one is a very good one. So, yeah, I think this horse comes in with a shot. I don't know what to expect from her. That's the other thing. I just don't know what to expect from her in this spot. The number 4 is Artisma. This is a horse that is running very, very well. Maybe not very well, but running well and consistently, getting second in 3 straight races in Allowance Optional Claiming Company. And there's my problem with the horse. Allowance Optional Claimers running second, that's great. Maybe try to find another level of Allowance Optional Claimer that you can win at this point. I don't know that jumping into a Grade 1 stakes makes a lot of sense here. I'm kind of against her in this spot altogether. The number 5 is Usha. This is an interesting horse because she was it felt like this horse is going to be a star, right, for Bob Baffert. Ran 3 times. It didn't run very well. This is another New York bred, so they sent the horse to New York to run for John Terranova in a state bred. didn't run all that well again. And you're kind of just throw up your hands like, I don't know. All of a sudden, after almost, I'd say 8 or 9 months off, shows back up with Bob Baffert at Del Mar, gets a 95 Buyer speed figure for 11.5 length victory. So the light bulb came on, or she kind of maybe had some problems, and then, they got her back going. Follows that up an allowance optional claimer at Del Mar with a 5.25 length victory. So 2 great wins, feeling great. Now let's go running the Raven run at Keeneland, a grade 2 event. 7th, beating 10 3/4, just didn't get comfortable. Really a kind of a speed duel meltdown there. Should be in a better spot here. We'll see what happens. Hard to get a read, right? Because those 2 races at Del Mar kind of tell me this horse is serious. The Raven run was a step backwards for sure, but maybe, something happened there. Maybe they can get her back to her best in this spot. She's very interesting. Those 2 races at Del Mar, both at 6.5 furlongs. Now we're going 7, similar, right? I think those races look pretty darn good to me. All right, let's go to the number 6, Brilliantly. Next in this spot, another Bob Baffert trainee. I should have mentioned Juan Hernandez will be on the 5, and Flavian Pratt will be on the 6. Brilliantly. I don't like this horse very well. That's hard to say about a Baffert runner at Santa Anita on opening day, but I just don't see it. Only 3 races, lost on debut here at this track in February. Went to the turf and won back in March, then came back all the way November 16th of 2025 at Del Mar, ran an optional claimer and ran 3rd, beating a length and 3/4. Got to show a lot more. Got to get faster here. Speed figures leave a lot to be desired. So I don't know, just not for me in this one. The number 7 horse is Scheiflied, and this is one that's been all on the turf, and even the turf numbers really don't stack up with like the dirt numbers from everybody else here. This should be the longest shot on the board. I hate to just go quickly and dismiss, but I'm going to go quickly and dismiss. I don't think the 7 has much chance at all. The number 8 is Her Laugh, a horse now in the Riley Mott barn after being with Beckham Whitworth earlier in the season, or in the career, I should say. Broke the maiden on debut back at Churchill in November of last year, then won the Untappable. Went to Tampa after that, 2nd in the Suncoast, then 5th in the Fairground Oaks, and then a long layoff. Shows up with Riley Mott. Riley Mott last time out, this horse ran 2nd, beaten 2 lengths in an allowance optional claimer there at Churchill Downs. Now comes here. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't get there with Her Laugh. There are some positives. There's definitely upside with this horse. I just couldn't get there overall. I took a pass on the number 8, Her Laugh. The number 9, Formula Rossa, like this horse quite a bit. A sharp debut race back in February right here at this track. Won by 4 lengths, beat Brilliantly that day, and received a 91 Buyer speed figure. So feeling pretty good. Didn't see her again till August. Came back and ran first again an allowance optional claimer at Del Mar. Gate to wire 6.5 length victory. Really impressive there. And coupled that, and then tried older. That was an old race against older horses, by the way, and tried another older horse race last time out against Sweet Azteca, one of the best sprinters, in the country that just can't stay healthy. Got 2nd in that one, beating 3.5 lengths. But you don't feel too bad. She kind of just chased Sweet Azteca around the track and couldn't get the job done. Don't love that we haven't seen the horse since August, but I will say this. You look at 61 to 180 day layoffs with Mark Glatt, he hits at 23%. So again, sometimes you go, well, that's a negative. Haven't seen it for a while. And then you look at the trainer stats when doing so, and it's like, oh, he does pretty darn good with that. So Mark Glatt, great trainer as well. So Formula Rossa looks pretty good for me. Looks well meant for this spot. Don't really mind that she got beat by Sweet Azteca. All right. Magnificat is the 10 horse. Love the name Magnificat. 2 straight wins here. Broke the maiden at Santa Anita in October. And then in November, won an allowance optional claimer, both by a neck. Like this horse, I think it's time to run here in against Stakes Company. Not really for me in this spot. Do kind of like this horse underneath just a bit. Finally, the number 11 is Silent Law. Silent Law, another Bob Baffert trainee here. Joel Rosario gets the call for this one. 7 starts lifetime, 2 wins for this one. Kind of been everywhere with this one. Tried the turf 2 races back to the dirt last time out in a grade 3 race here at Santa Anita. Got 2nd, beaten at 3 3/4. I just don't think it showed enough. 2 nice wins to start the career. No win since. This one's not for me at all. All right. I came down to 2 horses here for me. I'm between the 5 Usha and I'm between the 9 Formula Rossa. I went with the 9 Formula Rossa on top here. 2 races. The first 2 races of the career are 91 and 98 Bayern. I thought ran fantastic in both of them. And look, I got beat by Sweet Azteca. That's okay. Still got second in that race. There's not a Sweet Azteca type horse here. I think this horse from the outside gets towards the front. Might never look back. I really like the number 9 Formula Rossa to win this year's running of the Brea. All right, guys, that'll do it for this preview. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit subscribe if you really like it. Want to get alert anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, good luck if you're betting opening day Santa Anita on Sunday.